This is the Samsung Galaxy Mega 6.3 Screen Replacement Repair Guide, brought to you by Repairs Universe. The recommended tools for this repair are a small Phillips screwdriver, a nylon spudger, a heat gun or hair dryer, and adhesive strips. Before you begin your repair, make sure your device is fully shut off. Begin by removing the back battery cover and then the battery. Next, you should remove the SD card and the SIM card. Using your small Phillips screwdriver, you will need to remove 14 screws. To the right of your screen, you will see we have these screw locations circled in red for your reference. All of these screws are the same size, so you won't have to worry about mixing them up. Next, we will need to remove the rear housing. Insert your pry tool between the seam of the front and rear housings. Start from the bottom and work your pry tool around all sides of the housing until you have released enough of the clips to remove the rear housing completely. With the motherboard now exposed, you will need to release 6 flex cable connections. To the right of your screen, you will see these 6 connections highlighted in red. You will also see 2 antenna connections highlighted in yellow. Optionally, you could remove the antenna cable for your convenience. These pop connections can be released by using your pry tool to gently pry upwards from underneath the flex cable to release its connection. Before attempting to remove the motherboard, you will need to remove one black Phillips screw that you will see circled in red on the right of your screen. Remove this screw and place it off to the side for reassembly. On the left side, you will see the power button flex cable. We find it wise to gently peel this ribbon cable away from the housing before attempting to remove the screen assembly, as you do not want to tear this cable. Using your pry tool, pry underneath the motherboard towards the top and release it gently from the inner housing. Again, using your pry tool, peel up the sister board starting from the bottom. Be aware that there is a small amount of adhesive holding the board in place. If you choose not to remove the long white antenna cable, be careful that you do not damage the cable or its connections during the removal of the sister board located at the bottom of the device. With both boards now removed, you can now begin removing the LCD and touchscreen digitizer assembly. Using a heat gun or hair dryer, begin applying heat to the outer edges of the screen in a circular motion. You will want to apply enough heat evenly around all edges of the screen to loosen up the adhesive holding the screen assembly to the frame. With the adhesive now warm and loosened, you will be able to insert your pry tool near the top of the screen between the glass and the front bezel. Use your pry tool to gently pry away the screen assembly from the front bezel, working your way from top to bottom. Once you get down to the bottom, you may notice the home button flex cable may still be adhered to the digitizer glass. Be careful, as you will need to feed this ribbon cable through the frame in order to completely remove the screen assembly. In some cases, it may be necessary to reapply heat to stubborn areas. With all of the adhesive released, you can now fully remove the LCD screen assembly, taking care to guide the home button ribbon cable free of the frame. Next, you will want to remove the home button and its flex cable. To do this, use your pry tool to gently lift and peel away the flex ribbon from the glass screen. You may need to apply a small amount of heat to soften the adhesive. If this is necessary, apply the heat from the front side of the glass, not directly on the ribbon cable itself. Once the home button and flex cable have been removed, place them off to the side for reassembly. Your new LCD and touchscreen digitizer replacement may need fresh strips of adhesive applied to the inner frame for a firm hold. While reusing the original adhesive may be possible, more often than not, you may need to apply new adhesive to ensure a firm hold. In this case, we are using 3 thin pieces of adhesive we pre-cut and will apply to the bottom of the LCD screen. Also, be sure to clean up any glass shards or debris from the inner housing to ensure a flush and clean application. Don't forget to peel the white protective backing from the adhesive strips. Next, you will need to reinstall your home button and home button flex cable to your new screen. Place your home button in the slot on your screen and lay the flex ribbon cable over the correct slots on your new screen. It is wise to test that the home button is positioned correctly on the screen and to make sure the flex cable is installed properly as well. You may not need to apply new adhesive to the flex cable if the original adhesive is still tacky enough to ensure a firm hold. Before fully installing your new screen replacement to the frame, you will need to feed both the home button flex cable and the LCD digitizer flex cable through the appropriate slots in the housing. Line up the bottom corners and apply pressure to all sides of the frame to ensure a flush fit. It is wise to test your home button before fully setting the screen within the frame, in case you need to make an adjustment. Now you can place the mother and sister board back to their appropriate spots on the frame. On the right side of your screen, you will see the flex cable connections you will need to reconnect highlighted in red. If during disassembly you disconnected the long white antenna cable, you will need to reconnect this cable as well. You can see these locations highlighted in yellow. You will see there is a channel that this cable will lay in. With all connections secured properly, install the one black screw in the location circled in red. Before securing down the rear housing, double check that your connections are all secured and both boards are in their correct positions. Next, snap the rear housing back into the mid-frame, making sure that all clips are snapped back into the correct place and the housing is sitting flush to the mid-frame. Next, install the 14 small Phillips screws in the locations you see circled on the right side of your screen. Note that all these screws are the same size. And last, install your battery, SIM card, and micro SD card. And finally, snap the back battery cover into place. Congratulations, you have successfully repaired the Samsung Galaxy Mega 6.3. If you found this video useful, please like it below. Also, subscribe to our channel for more repairs tutorials. Follow us for news, updates, and discounts at our online store. And remember, all of the parts and tools shown in this video can be found at www.repairsuniverse.com.